folks, my name is Ben Kissel, and I'm going to try and get into bike touring. And this is, I've got my Trek Excalibur bike ready that I'll show you in a little bit as a first beginning leg. And I'm headed to a local state park about 6 miles from my house. Just did a little warm-up ride around the neighborhood, and now I'm headed towards my destination here. My Excalibur Trek that I'm getting ready. I'm beginning, as I said, to try and get ready for some bicycle touring, and this is just kind of testing things out. I've got a pack on the back here to hold some water and other things, and maybe a bit of food. And I put some fenders on this Excalibur, which was a little bit difficult to do, but we MacGyvered it and got it to work. And I'm getting ready to head towards a local state park about 6 miles away, just to get the bike and my body ready to begin some bike touring, longer trip. Okay folks, we're underway. I'm just getting set up to begin to try out some bicycle touring. And so this is getting my body and the bike ready here. Just taking a little warm-up lap around the neighborhood, and then I'm gonna head towards my destination, which is about 6 miles away, a local state park, which I plan to someday bike out and camp at. So just underway. We've come up on the first big downhill section of my ride, and here we're overlooking the Chestnut Ridge. It's a very beautiful sight. Okay folks, I'm about a mile into the ride and had to stop and pour water over my head. It's about 90 degrees out here today. That's a non-exaggeration, high humidity. And as I said, I'm just trying to prepare myself and my bike for a tour ride. And obviously this is kicking me in the butt at first, but this is all part of it. I'm just building up about a mile into the ride. I hope to make it maybe another mile further before I turn around and say, hey, enough's enough for today. Okay folks, we're underway. I had to stop, catch my breath, feeling a lot better right now, cool off. I said it's about 90 degrees here in western PA today, and I'm making it out into the countryside here, which I'll shoot a little video of and show you here soon. As you can see, I made it out into the countryside from the town I live in here. We're out in the countryside of western PA, and about a mile and a half out. Gonna go another half mile or so before I turn around for this beginning leg of getting ready for bicycle touring. Hello folks, today I'm in Ohiopyle State Park, and I'm going to be showing you the second video about getting ready for longer bike tours, getting my body and my bike ready. More my body than anything. I'm 54 years old, and in this second video we're going to be hitting the bike trail, and we'll let you know how that goes. Today folks, in beautiful Ohiopyle, Pennsylvania, you can see the falls there and my bike. Again, we're getting ready for some bike touring. So the bike is equipped with a pack on the back rack there, and I have some food and carry as much water as possible. And basically a very inexpensive, basic setup as I get more and more into bike touring. So today folks, we're on the Great Allegheny Passage, as I said, in Ohiopyle, Pennsylvania is where we're joining the trail. And the game plan for today is to go the 11 miles to Confluence and back. And perhaps if that goes really well, we'll travel even further today. Again, just getting ready for some beginning bike tours, a basic bike setup, and getting my body ready for some longer bike tours. Okay folks, we're leaving Ohiopyle and we're on the Great Allegheny Passage bike path, former railroad bed. And so we've just done the first mile, doing really well. It's a mild grade. But unlike in my first video where it was over 90 degrees, today is cold. It's about in the 70s. There's been some rain showers. And so quick lesson learned. I should have packed gloves. I have them, but I thought it was going to be warmer and I didn't pack them. So perhaps a lesson learned here is if you think you might need something and you have the space, go ahead and go ahead and pack it. So far so good, folks. And you ask, why am I doing this? Well, I'm 54 years old, and like many of you, I've spent the last 30 years behind a desk in the corporate world, and I really wanted to get my body into some sort of shape and hopefully last many, many decades to come. So I thought biking would be a good way to do that. So that's the why I'm making these smaller trips in hopes to make much, much longer bike tours. We're at mile marker 64 on the trail, folks, and I wanted to go over a few lessons learned. One, my bike has 29-inch wheels on it, and maybe they're out there, but it was really hard for me to find a rear fender to attach to this bicycle. So I actually had to get one on the internet and cut it into about 3 pieces. The trail's been a little bit muddy today, and rain puddles in places, and it's doing a real good job protecting the bike from spray near the pedal area. But as you can see in the back, my bag does have some splotches of mud on it, so I didn't quite extend the rear fender quite back enough, so I'm gonna have to work on that next time. Another lesson learned is earplugs. I had seen on someone had posted a YouTube video about wearing earplugs, and today they came in really handy. You know, it was in the 70s today, and that wind whipping past your ears can bother you. I know it bothered me. Maybe it doesn't bother other folks, but it did bother me, and I am really glad I packed a cheap, inexpensive pair of earplugs. We made it, folks. Confluence, PA. This was the goal for the day, and we made it. Okay, folks, we're in Confluence, PA, so we made the first part of our goal here, which was to go from Ohiopyle to Confluence. And I'm going to show you a few pictures of the bike here. A little bit of mud on it, but this was part of the trial to see how well these fenders would work. And folks, I want to point out this Cannondale bag is just awesome. Look how it expands. I have 3 bottles of water in there, my rain jacket, an emergency kit, and a few other things. So, you know, short of getting panniers, which is probably my next step, this bag has served me well for these smaller trips, 10, 20 miles. You know, folks, I watched bicycling YouTube videos, of course, like all of you. And there's a fellow on there, he calls himself the Bicycle Touring Pro. And you know, as you've seen in my videos, I'm building up to that. So I'm going to call myself the Bicycle Touring Amateur. Probably rank amateur at this point. But who knows, you know, as we build up, folks, and we get more and more into this, hopefully maybe someday I'll meet up with a Bicycle Touring Pro and we can compare notes.